Hello, everyone. Hey, it's Kirk from The Next Level Now. Hey, how's it going with that planning for what you're going to do and how you are going to make changes to be that better person next year? What about your life have you decided that you're going to alter just that little bit to make you more successful at being whatever it is that you've chosen to do? I hope you've taken the time to think about that, as we talked about last time. But also, I have another thought that I want you to add to this. But I'm going to start with a little bit of a story first to kind of give it some context for you. Have you ever been out someplace, maybe at a dinner party with family and friends, or maybe at a party where you didn't know many people at all, but you met people when you were there who they were such downers, Debbie Downers. I always called them energy vampires. They talk about how terrible it was for their day, and they talked about everything that went wrong, and they go on and on and on about how terrible their boss is and how terrible their life is at home. And you can literally feel the energy just being sucked right out of you. You know, our brains work on a chemical basis for a lot of these electrical impulses. And one of the big ones that we need up there in that brain to keep us on an upbeat is dopamine. All right, dopamine is triggered when we see, hear, smell, taste different changes. We get that little hit of dopamine. That's each time you scroll by on your phone, you get a new dopamine hit. That's why you just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. So you need that little boost to keep that positive energy flowing. Now, learning how to correct that and not scroll on the phone for hours and hours and hours is another little trick. But you need to do something to keep that happiness, that joy, that upbeat feeling coming. Now, I want you to be the person that brings the joy. Bring the happiness. Be that person who is, and I'm not talking about being overbearing and just, oh, it's so wonderful. No, I'm talking about someone who is upbeat, someone who is positive, someone who hears someone say that they did something, and even if you think it's trivial, that person wouldn't have brought it up if they didn't think it was significant, so congratulate them. It takes 3 seconds of your time, a half of a breath, but think of the joy that you passed along to them by doing that. And joy just doesn't happen out of anywhere. It's generated. Right? And I want you to be like a power plant. It doesn't have power, it generates power. I want you to be the joy generator. Okay, you are going to generate joy. And what you're going to find as you do this, as you generate that joy in everyone you meet, make it a priority. It's in the back of your head as you're walking up to meet these people. I'm going to be joyful. I'm going to be happy. I'm not going to talk about bad politics. I'm not going to talk about bad stuff that's going on. I'm going to be someone who brings joy. And as you do that, you're going to lighten up everyone's life that you run into. But what you're going to find is there is a tremendous amount of dopamine, joy, happiness, brightness that's going to come into your life. And suddenly, that task that you were looking at that you wanted to do this year, that change that you wanted to make, but just seemed, oh, so hard, it's so out of reach. But because you have that kind of joy that you're generating, you think, yeah, I can knock that bad boy off in no time. I know I can do this. That what you focus on, you get. It's the law of attraction. It's that time that you bought that new outfit, that brand new outfit to go to that wedding, and you were so excited because you looked so sharp in that outfit. Guys, it was a great looking suit. It's that blue suit that has the tight waist, you know what I mean, and the skinny legs with the brown wingtip shoes. Everyone has one of those hanging in their closet. It's the law of attraction. You got to the wedding and every guy there was wearing it. or that dress that the girls all picked out that looked so flowy and so wonderful on the model as it hung there. Y'all picked it out. The law of attraction. What you focus on, you seem to get. So focus on joy. Focus on being the source of joy. Bring the joy. Be the joy. And as you bring that joy into others' lives, you're going to be bringing it back into your life. And it's going to make the path that you're choosing to make those changes for 2026 so much easier. They're going to flow. It's just like going to be a waterfall washing all of these things that you've been thinking about and wanting to have happen. You're going to find this amazing as I tell you this, but I've been using this now for months. But I can actually send out in my mind a request, a prayer, if you will. I thought, oh boy, I really need this, and I believe that I'm going to get it. And when I believe that I'm going to get it, and I don't doubt it, I have faith that it will happen. So I ask, I believe, and I have received each time without fail. And that has been for the past 6 months on every request like that that I have made. And it comes from being in a joyful place. It comes from being someone who is not the Debbie Downer, but that source of joy, that source of happiness. That's what you're here for. All right, that's my message for this time. We're trying to get you shaped up and ready for the new year. I'm trying to get you amped. All right, so that's Kirk from The Next Level Now. Please go to our YouTube channel. Check out these videos. That's where they're going to live. And go to Tamika Thomas's Facebook page. Please go there. She has such great videos, great information, really trying to help you out. We're planning some big events coming up here. With any luck at all, we're looking right now for a venue to put on an event where we can have you all come in. It's going to be a free event. We're going to put on some talks. We're going to have some good stuff for you. And keep looking for that. As we get that venue and get it all set up, we'll let you know. But at any rate, if you have any questions or comments, please in the space below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right, thanks so much, guys. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.